Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, then welcome. I'm JongWildAndFree, and on this channel I love sharing my Sims 4 build creations that I make into different types of speed builds. If this is something you like to watch, then I hope you won't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click that notification bell so you will get notified whenever I post something new. Now, as for today's speed build, this build is, as the title suggests, almost like a mirrored copy from the house next door. I made the house next door a little while ago, and I believe I called it something like a shell family house on my channel. But I will make sure to link it in the description, and if I remember I will also put it in the top right corner for you now. That house was challenged to me once, and I liked the shape so well that I decided to mirror it on this slot. For me it felt very realistic that these houses would look so similar on the outside, but still be different on the inside. Maybe they had been built in the same year, but over time each house got renovated a bit differently. At least that is how it went in my head. And that's kind of also why I changed the colors ever so slightly. But I still kept it in blue with brick, since that is the color combination I'm in love with in this game, and now this entire neighborhood in Newrest matches perfectly. As for the inside of these mirrored builds, I kept the floor plan almost the same as well, but I did try and change up the downstairs layout a tiny bit. Where I choose to have the kitchen in this house, the other house has actually a living room in that spot, and where I placed the living room in this house, I actually placed the kitchen in the other house. I do believe the dining table is kind of in the same spot, but again I placed it a bit differently. It's just a simple little difference, or all of it is just a tiny bit of a difference, but I do really like the layouts, and maybe I even like this one a tiny bit better. As for the other differences, it's probably just the families that I had in mind. The other one had room for grandparents on the main floor, but in this household I was kind of imagining that there wouldn't be living any grandparents, just two parents or one parent. I'm not sure if it's gonna be two parents or a single parent for my save file if that ever finishes, but either way there's place for one or two parents. And then I imagined actually that we would be living a young adult son here, a teen son, and a child daughter. So the extra room downstairs that I used as a grandparent room in the other house became a study / cat room in this house. So yeah, I also imagined that there would be living a cat or two here as well. I also really wanted to make this house for some older kids this time. That's kind of why I went with a young adult instead of a teen, a kid and a toddler, as I almost usually pick, unless the toddler is still a baby, but that's almost my normal pick. But yeah, I also kind of always build only for girls, at least the age of teen and young adults. If I ever place anything for young adults, those are very often girl-like. Even the toddlers maybe, but then again I try to keep the toddlers less nursery kind of not gender specific. But since most of the houses I have built so far for my save file, and I really wanted to have this one in as well, I thought it might be time to, make room for some young boys in town. Now, I didn't really wanted to make the house for only sons, so that's kind of why I kept the kids room for a girl. When it comes to children, I often do vary out enough, I think, or at least I hope I do. I don't know. But when it comes to the older boys, like teens or young adults, I always forget about them. So it was really time to furnish and build something for them as well. Now, I do not really have any good background story for this household, but I did imagine that either one or both of the parents might be into gardening, that the young adult son is into music. And by the way, he could still be a teen if you want to. Maybe he's just the older son or the older teen, because he does have a double bed or a bigger bed than the other teen. But yeah, since ages are a bit different or difficult in The Sims 4, I went with young adult, but it could still be the older teen. As for the teen boy, I imagined he was more into gaming and programming. And as for the kid, I imagined that she would want to become a vet later in life, and that she likes animals a lot. So yeah, you can of course use this house however you want. I just always hope you don't re-upload it to the gallery as your own. But if you do want to re-upload a renovated home of me, then you could always, or you are always allowed to do so, as long as you use my name as a hashtag. I'm always curious to see what you have done with the place, so don't forget to tag me, then I can see it too. Further about this house that I probably should have mentioned too is that I did not try and keep it cheap or pack limited. Again, in this area of Newrest I have already placed my family starter home that I built a little while ago. I don't remember how long it's ago. I did just recently upload a renovated one to the gallery, so that is there. And I did build another starter home just earlier this week, the cute family starter that's in this area, so there are already 2 starters in this area. And the other mirrored house is also not cheap nor limited, I think. I can't really remember what I did with that one. And the last build is something called like my blue family house or something. And that one was also guaranteed not limited nor cheap, since that's just the way how I love to build. I have actually all packs in my game, and I've either paid for them or got them gifted for birthdays or Christmases, so I definitely want to put them to good use. Plus every time I try and keep it pack limited, there's always just something that I'm missing out on, or missing so much that I give up and use it anyway. So I'm not good at the limited part of it, and money is just worse. I remember I did a 55k simoleon starter house, or cheap house, budget house, I don't know what to call it. All I know is that I kind of started with the budget in mind of 30,000 and somehow it became 55,000. So that kind of explains how horrible I am at any limitation. But then again, it should be easier now with all the free new debug items we did get with the latest patch. At least landscaping should be better. It went a lot easier with my farmer starter home at least. So that should make it easy to make it budget limited, but not pack limited. That is always going to be a struggle for me, I think. I've of course shared some limited pack homes already on the gallery and on my channel. You could probably find some of them back. But there are definitely less of them than just all my other builds. So yeah. I just love building freely, since I then can let my creativity go freely as well. But with that rambling said, I don't think I have anything more to say about this build. So instead of just rambling further on, I'm just gonna cut off this voiceover right here. If you want to download this build, you can find it under my username JongWildAndFree on the gallery, or under the hashtag JongWildAndFree. But always remember to have move objects on before placing any of my builds, so just to be sure nothing gets removed. I do of course you still like this build and enjoyed this video, and if you did, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my creations, you can always subscribe to this channel or follow me on Twitter or Instagram. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope I see you next time. Bye bye!